Derrick here. I will now read The Amazing Ball by William Stein. It was a brilliant day, and instead of going straight home from school, Pearl dawdled. She watched the grown-ups in town as the grown-up work things she might someday be doing. She saw a street cleaner sweeping the streets, and she looked in at the bakery on Parsnip Lane and saw the bakers taking hot loaves of pumpernickel out of the oven and pounding crullers with sugar dust. On Cobble Road, she stopped at Maltby's barn and stood gawking as the old gaffers picked their ringing horseshoes and spat tobacco juice. Later, she sat on the ground in the forest between school and home, and spring was so bright and beautiful. The warm air touched her so tenderly, she could almost feel herself changing into a flower. Her light dress felt like petals. "I love everything," she heard herself say. "So do I," a voice answered. Pearl straightened up and looked around. No one was there. "Where are you?" she asked. "Look down," cried the answer. Pearl looked down. "On the bone in the violets near the tree, by the rock on your right." Pearl stared at a small bone. "You talk?" she murmured. "In any language," said the bone. "Hablo español, resume popularski, sprechen se dust. And I can imitate any sound there is." The bone made the sounds of a trumpet calling soldiers to arms. Then it sounded like wind blowing, then like pattering rain, then snored, then sneezed. Pearl couldn't believe what she was hearing. "You're a bone," she said. "How come you can sneeze?" "I don't know," the bone replied. "I didn't make the world." "May I take it with me, wonderful bone?" Pearl asked. "You certainly may," said the bone. "I've been alone a long time. A year ago, come August, I fell out of a witch basket. I could have yelled after her as she walked on, but I didn't want to be her bone any longer. She ate snails, cut in garlic at every meal, and was always complaining about her rheumatism and asking nosy questions. I'd be happier with someone young and lively like you." Pearl picked the bone up and gently put it in her purse. She left the purse open so they could continue to talk and started home. Forgetting her school books on the grass, she was eager to show this bone to her parents. And she could guess what would happen when she did. She would tell her about the talking bone, her mother would say. "You only imagine it," her father would agree. And then the bone would flabbergast them both by talking. The spring green sparkled in the spring light. The trees' toads were chilling. "It's the kind of wonderful day," said Pearl, "when wonderful things happen, like my finding you." "Like my finding you," the bone answered, and it began to whistle a walking tune that made the going very pleasant. But not for long. Who should rush out from in back of a boulder and spoil everything but three highway robbers with pistols and daggers? Pearl couldn't tell what breed of animal they were, because they were clothed in Halloween masks, but they were fierce and spoke in chilling voices. "Hand over the purse," one commanded. Pearl would gladly surrender the purse, just to be rid of them, but not with a bone in it. "You can't have my purse," she said, surprised at her own boldness. "What's in it?" said the robber, pointing his gun at Pearl's head. "I'm it," the bone growled, and began to hiss like a snake and roar like a lion. The robbers didn't wait around to hear the rest. In case there was any more, they fled so fast you couldn't tell which way they gone. It made Pearl laugh, the bone too. They continued on their way, jawing about what had just happened, and chatting about this and that. But it wasn't long before a fox stepped forth from behind a tree and barred their path. He wore a sprig of lilac in his lapel. He carried a cane and was grinning so the whole world could see his hard white teeth. Hold everything, he said. Pearl froze. You're exactly what I've been longing for, he went on. Young, plump, and tender. You'll be my main course at dinner tonight. And he seized Pearl in a tight embrace. I'll have you, villain, the bone screamed, or I'll bite your ears off. Who is that speaking? Asked the surprised fox. A ravenous crocodile who dotes on fresh fox chunks, that's who, answered the bone. The wily fox was not as easily duped as the robbers. He saw no dangerous crocodile. He peered into Pearl's purse, where the sound seemed to be coming from. I pulled out the bone, and I lived and flourished. He exclaimed, a talking bone, I've always wanted to own something of this sort. And he put the bone in his pocket, where it roared and ran to no avail. Pushing Pearl along, the fox set out for his hideaway. Pearl's thoughts were so pitiful, the fox couldn't help feeling a little sorry for her. But he was determined so she would be his dinner. Please, Mr. Fox, Pearl whimpered, may I have my bone back, at least until I have to die? Oh, all right, said the fox, disgusted with himself for being so soft-hearted. And he handed her the bone, which she put back in her purse. You must let this beautiful young creature go on living, the bone yelled. Have you no shame, sir? The fox laughed. Why should I be ashamed? I can't help being the way I am. I didn't make the world. The bone commenced to revile the fox. You dare, it sneered. You worm, you odoriferous wretch. These expenses were no Son of I'll eat you, the fox snarled. It'll be amusing to know how to bone that fox and screamed the pain. The bone kept quiet the rest of the way, and so did Pearl. When they arrived at the fox's hideaway, he shoved Pearl with her bone in it to an empty room and locked the door. Pearl sat on the floor and stared at the walls. I know how you feel, the bone whispered. I'm just old because we need to live, Pearl whispered back. I don't want to end. I know, said the bone. Is there something we can do? Pearl asked. I wish I could think of something, said the bone. But I can't. I feel miserable. What's that? Pearl asked. She heard some sounds from the kitchen. He's shoving a knife, the bone whispered. Oh my goodness, the Pearl sobbed. And what's that? Sounds like blood being put into a stove, answered the bone. I hope it won't take all too long, said Pearl. She could smell vinegar and oil. The fox was preparing a salad to go with his meal. Pearl held the bone to her breast. Bone, say something to comfort me. You're very dear to me, said the bone. Oh, how dear you are to me, Pearl replied. She could hear a key in the lock and was unable to get another word out of her throat or turn her eyes toward the door. Be brave, the bone whispered. Pearl could only tremble. She was dragged into the kitchen where she could see flames in the open stove. I regret having to do this to you, sighed the fox. It's not even personal. Yeah, man, said the bone suddenly without knowing why he said it. What was that? Said the fox, staying stock still. Yeah, man, sippable, the bone intoned. Jabrak syllably dibbery, and something quite unexpected took place. The fox grew several inches shorter. Alabam, shidud, bibubit, bibazel. The bone continued, and miraculously the fox was the size of a rabbit. No one could believe what was happening. Not Pearl, not the fox, not even the bone, whose words were making it happen. My goodness, ish good, keep walking, yibba, it went on. The fox, the claws and all, was now the size of a mouse. Scrap on it, the bone ordered. And the mouse, that is, the mice, minuscule, fox straight away into a hole. I didn't know you could do magic, Pearl breathlessly exclaimed. Neither did I, said the bone. Well, what made you say those words? I wish I knew, the bone said. They just came to me, I had to say them. I must have picked them up somehow. I ain't around with that witch. You're amazing bone, said Pearl, and this is a day I won't ever forget. It was dark when they reached Pearl's house. The moment the door swung open, she was in her mother's arms, and right after that in her father's. Where on earth have you been? They both wanted to know. We were frazzled with worry. Pearl didn't know what to say first. She held the bone, this bone, said. She can talk. And just as he expected, her mother said, I'll talk about why, Pearl, it's only imagination. and her father said something similar. As although as Pearl had expected, the bone astonished them both by remarking, "You have an exceptional daughter," before her parents had a chance to get over the shock. Pearl began telling the story of her day's adventure. The bone helped out. It was all too much for Pearl's parents until they get used to it. The bone stayed on and became part of the family. It was given an honored place in a silver tray on the mantelpiece. Pearl always took it to the bed. When she retired, the two chatterboxes whispered together until late in the night. Sometimes the bone put Pearl to sleep by singing or by anything soft heart music. Anyone who happened to be alone in the house always had the bone to converse with. And they all had music whenever they wanted, and sometimes even when they didn't. The end. I hope you think this is an amazing book, because if it's amazing, give me some thumbs up, which are also amazing. I need more subscribers for this amazing channel.